webinar I'm going to show you how to build a professional quality acoustic panel for your home studio. The first thing that you need to do is you have to make sure that the dimensions of your rock wool slab fits into your frame. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to work out the dimensions, and then we're just going to cut the piece of wood according to the dimensions of your rock wool slab. So basically we've got our 4 pieces of wood right here. So this is basically going to be the frame. So we're going to put it like that. These are the edges, right? So now we just need to make our marks for exactly where we're going to be drilling the holes in. So I'm using 2 screws at the end of each of these pieces of wood. So I'm just going to make the marks just to indicate where I'm going to be drilling it in. So those are the positions of exactly where I'm going to drill in the screws at the edges of our frames. Because I'm using a 4.2mm screw, I'm using a 5mm drill to drill in the holes on my wood. Now I'm just going to ream the holes a little bit so that the screw fits in neatly. So make sure the 2 pieces of wood is perfectly aligned with one another, then hold it tight against each other while you screw in. Do this with every corner of your frame. And there you've got your frame. So the screws are into the long piece of wood, going into the smaller piece of wood to fit the dimensions of the rock wool that we're going to be placing inside of our frame. This is the exact dimensions of the rock wool. As per the cutting list that I gave you at the beginning of this video, these 3 pieces of wood are the exact lengths of the shorter piece of wood on the sides of our frames. So I'm going to use these 3 pieces of wood that fits exactly nicely into our frame. I'm going to use them on the outer sides and in the middle. So there's 2 main reasons why I'm using these 3 pieces. It's to keep the piece of rock wool intact inside of the frame so it doesn't flop out at the back, and also it creates a little air space between the back of the frame and also the actual piece of rock wool. And this helps with the acoustical treatment of lower and lower mid frequencies. Now I'm going to basically do exactly what I did when I was building the frame by connecting the pieces of wood together. I'm talking about these 3 pieces. So I'm just going to make my marks exactly where I'm going to be screwing it in. I'm just going to ream them again, same thing as earlier on, just to make it neater. Frame and also the supporting pieces of wood that's going to keep your rock wool slab intact. So after your frame is completed, take your slab of rock wool and place it neatly inside of your frame. I would recommend using gloves when working with the rockwood fiber. Now our acoustic panel is basically done. All we need to do now is wrap it in some kind of neat material. I'm just using plain black material. To keep the material intact to the acoustic panel, I'm going to use a staple gun. So here you've got your homemade acoustic panel for your home recording studio to treat your room to make your music sound better.